Can I give you guys a camera? I got.
Hey, Dustin. Khalil Herbert was out before practice 45 minutes before practice today. Catching balls. Yeah, Khalil Herbert was out there 45 minutes before practice even started with the catching machine, just having balls thrown to him so he could get better hands.
What's up, phony homies?
Wait.
What?
We had 2 people watching our countdown.
Right now?
Yeah.
Already?
Yeah.
Swear to God.
I swear. We had
Dude.
2 people watching.
I'm one of them. Wait. Are you watching too?
Yeah, I'm watching.
Ah, damn it.
Yeah. Just when we're close enough, man.
Jesus. Well, anyway, on today's episode, we're talking QBs.
I'm gonna
We
like
give
it.
you our rankings and discuss QB sleepers, breakouts, and busts. We also answer your fantasy football questions later on in the show. Dustin, are you ready?
Let's go.
Hello and welcome to another fantastic episode of the Fake Football Guys Show. My name is Giancarlo Campos, and alongside me is my co-host, the guy with the coolest beard on campus, hands down. Just got it nice and lined up. Dustin DL Lingerman. What's up, DL?
What's up, man? Thank you so much. We just had a conversation about beards before before we started.
Yep.
And, Dave said I had the best beard as well.
It looks good, man.
I know.
And Dave has a
crazy.
beard, so coming
Yeah.
from a guy that has a beard, like that's the best compliment you could get.
Seriously. Like,
'Cause I
best
don't-
beard ever.
I can't grow one. I
Yeah,
can't.
it's all right.
I tried. What did you do? What was the secret? There's got to be a secret. Please tell us.
I had kids.
Oh. Well, I'm not there yet, but
Yeah.
the moment one comes out, like beard comes in.
Well, you just give up on life in general.
All right. Well, anyway, the
kidding.
executive producer
I
of
love
the
it.
show, the one and only Andrew Valentine. What's up, Andrew?
What's going on, guys? We got a fun one and an interesting one for you all today, and there we are on the screen, so everybody can see our beautiful faces for the first time in a long time.
Nice. Hell yeah. That's the most energy Andrew's had ever producing the show.
I
Love
actually
it.
like that because normally when you guys are talking, we're just staring into space.
Yeah, disembodied
And
voices.
it looks weird.
Yeah,
Like, it's just awkward. So I'm glad you have a camera. All right, sorry, go ahead.
yeah.
Introduce.
Alongside Andrew is the one and only, the sound engineer of the show, the man that allows us to be visible, well, audibly, which I don't know how you'd be visible audibly, but the one and the only, Dave Dykstra. What's up, Double D?
You're both dead to me.
Well, that's fair.
What?
That's fair. Why, Dave? Why?
What do we do?
I'm sorry that you have to take the focus off the bags underneath your eyes with that beard, which isn't the best beard in the school.
Oh.
Ooh.
It is me.
Oh.
It is me. It is I.
I've been voted best beard on BetQL.
It is a nice beard.
It is nice. It's luxurious.
It looks good. It looks fluffy.
Yeah. It looks like,
goes along with the rest of my body.
Hey, well then, and with that, we want to remind you can follow the show on Twitter. DL, where can you follow the show on Twitter?
You can follow us at TweetFFG.
And if people have questions, what's the best way to get us to answer questions? What hashtag are we trying to get trending?
Hashtag those questions with AskUsFFG.
You can also email questions if that's more your speed. DL, if somebody wants to send an email, how can they reach us?
Really super simple. AskUsFFG@gmail.com.
Please leave your fantasy emails. We
Yes.
love answering them.
Yeah.
Alongside that, we love hearing your beautiful voices. We want to interact with our fans out there, the phony homies we've affectionately called them.
Yeah, I
now,
like
DL, if we want somebody to leave a voicemail, what phone number do they call?
They call your personal number, which is area code 708-655-4508.
The phone has been dead lately. No calls by anybody, no girls. My mom doesn't even call me anymore. She texts me.
This is a fake football show.
Oh, sorry.
Not
I thought we
Ricky
were
Lake.
Sorry,
man.
Ricky Lake. Showing
Yeah,
your age. Showing your
throwback.
age. What are you gonna say, Montel as well? Jesus.
Hey, Montel's pretty good.
Yeah, dude, I'm
All right.
just saying. I know those references. Anyway, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And DL,
Smash!
that notification button. We're on YouTube, IG, Facebook. We're on Stitcher, Apple Podcasts. We're everywhere. Double D.
Spotify.
Where else are we? We're everywhere, aren't we? Double D. Double D. Thanks, Double D.
Jeez,
Thank
where
you.
are they?
Jesus, what a guy.
On everything.
There, yeah, you are on pretty much everything.
We're-
Social media, including TikTok.
Yes.
We got it all.
Instagram, TikTok, Facebook,
Yup.
Once again,
YouTube,
What are they
Watching.
on?
It's okay.
We're literally the only two. watching.
Anchor, Google, Apple.
They're still going.
What? Oh, you know what they aren't on though? Quad Pod because Quad Pod doesn't care about them like they cares about
Are they
us.
still going?
Mhm.
Well, anyway.
Okay.
Anyway, we have
All right.
another fantastic jam-packed show for you today.
Yeah.
DL, what are we talking about today?
Oh, we're talking about quarterbacks.
Ooh, the vaunted quarterback position.
Yes.
A very polarizing position, one that
Mhm.
can make or break, honestly, your draft.
Yeah, honestly.
It really
or save your team.
It could.
Yeah.
It could.
Save mine last year. Yep.
But before we get into that, DL, let's go to the news.
Beep, 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 beep. You like that?
That was really good, actually.
All right, so I'm sure a lot of people have seen this, but we're breaking it to you live. The NFL and NFLPA agreed to a settlement on the discipline of Cleveland Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson,
Ooh.
who will serve 11-game suspension and pay $5 million. Most of that's going to charity, which is pretty cool.
How much money?
$5 million
Dang.
for violating the league's personal conduct policy.
Dustin, if you're going to do that, you got to do it with the doctor.
Me.
There you
Yeah,
go.
you gotta do the you gotta
$5
do-
million.
Since we're all about the old references today.
I don't know. I
That's
didn't do
what
it
we're
right.
doing.
I didn't do it right. However, so that came out,
Yeah.
which is crazy. So he's gonna be suspended for 11 games.
Yep.
Let me ask you a question.
Ooh.
Do you know after those 11 games, what's the first team he's playing against?
Ooh, can I guess?
You can.
The Texans?
You are correct.
Ooh, isn't that juicy? Doesn't
Yeah.
the NFL know exactly what they're
Huh,
doing?
who would've
Interesting.
thought?
What a
I
carrot they
wonder.
gave him. They're like, hey, we're going to suspend you for the whole season. He's like, no, how about 5? Like, let's meet in the middle. You come back against the Houston Texans.
Your old team.
Ooh.
A revenge game.
I feel like Lovey always just gets stuck in like all the drama. He doesn't even mean
Yeah,
to. He's like
yeah,
the
it just-
nicest guy from
quiet.
Tomball, Texas.
He's
Jeez.
just trying to live his best life.
yeah.
And then he's got to deal, it's just getting massaged in,
Yeah.
this-
Speaking of getting people massaged in, some rookies that are trying to get massaged in.
well,
DL.
hold on.
Oh, what's going on? What?
What we didn't cover some things.
Oh.
Number one, we got to talk about after this all came out.
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson actually had a statement.
Ooh, what did he say? Because I didn't hear it. I didn't see it.
Well, you would have saw it if you were looking at the Fake Football Guys
Oh.
actual Twitter page, but you weren't, so it's
New
okay.
phone, so I got logged out.
So, Deshaun, after all this breaking news came out, he said, I'm grateful that the disciplining procedures have ended and extremely appreciative of the tremendous support I have received throughout my short time with the Browns organization. I apologize once again for any pain the situation has caused. I take accountability for all the decisions I make. My focus going forward is going to be working on becoming the best version of myself on and off the field. Hopefully he's not getting off.
He did enough of that already.
I know, right? In supporting my teammates however possible while I'm away from the team. I'm excited about the what the future holds for me in Cleveland. Well, Deshaun, I don't know what to say.
Bro, you're the best reader of all time.
Well, kind of.
Honestly,
Sometimes.
like we should have like, if you didn't know, guys, we work out of a school, so we're
Yeah.
recording out of our school here, and you should
On our
really
lunch break, though.
On our lunch break, yeah, 100%. I just told the bosses.
Okay, cool.
Anyway, we should really have like a story time and have you read,
My daughters do like the way I read books, though.
but you should do it.
I
more
get
often.
into it. I get into it.
And that's where the reading negligence starts.
Okay.
Right freaking there. But did you know what he did with the $5 million?
I thought he put it towards charity.
He did.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And the NFL is adding even more. So once again, they're trying to be like, no, we're
Let's spin.
sweet. We're nice. We're great. We had some other statements come out. I'm not going to read them all, but the Browns made a statement. We're going to put it up for you guys to read maybe later. It's just all BS, to be perfectly honest. And then the NFL made a statement as well, too. Basically just everything's official,
Okay.
basically. So I thought it'd be kind of cool in case you guys missed it and you're not by your phone. You can't have your phone at work. Now you know what's going on.
Okay, real question for you. Since
Sure.
I don't see him in any of our ranks, which we will get to here shortly.
Mm.
Are you drafting Deshaun Watson now that you know he's coming back week 11?
Yes. I am. We did this last show
We did.
too.
We
But
did.
I mean, like, honestly, like as a backup quarterback,
Yeah, it's not bad.
and not everyone's gonna jump on it. Although you'll probably have that one person who's like screw it, I'm gonna wait the 11 games and then I'm gonna win.
Yeah.
Because you never know, it could happen. I mean, especially with like fantasy, man,
Yeah.
any injury and every injury does happen. Like, you might have had Kyler Murray last year and we're just cruising along and you're getting towards the end and you can see the belt at the end and then he gets hurt and then all of a sudden they wrap him in plastic and he sucks.
Yeah. I mean, it depends. I'll say it depends on like how deep the leagues are. If I have enough roster spots, if he'll be exempt and he'll be like, you could put him like in a special spot and like just hold him there. Cool. I don't know actually. I don't know how
Yeah, I don't
fantasy
think they can do that.
is gonna like how they're gonna handle it. To be honest, like there's like a suspended slot or
No,
not.
there's an IR spot or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So if a team actually puts him on that list, you can actually.
Well, I think he'll
move
be
it.
like on a commissioner's list and a commissioner's exempt list. But again, I don't know how that's handled. I don't remember how the old Kareem Hunt was handled. I don't know if you boys, the Wombats, remember how it was handled. But I don't think so. And if he has to sit on my roster in like a league where I don't have enough bench spots, I don't think I would
Yeah,
draft
that's
him.
not worth it.
I have some really deep leagues though with like 10 roster spots, and we could just hide him there.
Yeah, just
I could
stick him
totally
there.
see it.
And honestly, like, yeah, he's probably going to be there towards the later part of
Oh yeah,
drafting
he may
anyway.
go undrafted, to be honest.
Honestly.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I will draft you.
It'll be interesting to see what happens. All right, Dion, I know you got some more news. What you got?
Yeah. Okay. So Aaron Rodgers came out and it's all over like, Twitter and everything. But there's this like little clip of him talking about how frustrated he is with the receiving core. The rookies, Christian Watson, who I was really high on.
You wanted him here in
I
Chicago.
did,
Yeah.
and he's not doing good there. But like it's kind of funny because all these memes are coming out. But like literally, he like ranted and raved at him and had a whole little meeting just to tell him how much they suck.
Dang.
So this makes me happy because screw you, Karen. Probably should have held on to Devontae Adams or worked something out, but she didn't. So sucks to suck. That's all I got on that. Any thoughts?
No, I got nothing.
Nothing?
We'll talk about Aaron Rodgers a little later in the show.
Yeah.
And, I think some
Sucker
of you
my
guys will be
sexton.
interested to see where we ranked him.
Yeah.
Where we ranked him. DL, you got a little bit more news. What else you got?
Last but not least, I just thought, we ended on something nice, right?
Sure.
Zach Ertz had a baby boy
Hey!
last Thursday.
Congratulations, Zach. We know you tune in.
Congratulations.
We know. He
Yeah.
tunes in after the show
Yeah.
because he doesn't want to like bring the attention.
Yeah, he doesn't want, and then
Yeah.
sometimes he just sends DMs. He
Yeah.
doesn't really comment.
To you, not to me. But
But do you know what he named his boy?
can I guess?
Just don't read it because it's.
I'm not
in
reading
front
it.
of
I'm
you.
not even looking.
Okay, guess.
I'm guessing he named his boy Dallas.
Close.
Really?
Madden.
That's not close, but wow. That's great.
Madden.
Madden? Madden?
Yeah, like Madden.
Nice.
Like, think about that.
That's pretty cool.
I was like, awesome.
That's cool. That's
Yeah,
cool.
I liked it. I don't know. I thought it was cool.
Yeah, that's my nephew's name.
Madden?
Yep. But with the O-N.
Oh, Owen.
Like Madden, like Cubs ex-manager, World Series.
Oh,
Joe
who
Madden.
cares?
Yeah.
Anyways,
Thanks, bro. Appreciate you.
you're welcome.
But anyway, let's get to our ranks.
Yeah, let's go.
We've been really excited about this show and excited to share with you, the phony homie at home, our ranks, honestly. And we have a few discrepancies, but not a whole lot.
Well, did you look at my list?
I seen it.
You saw my list?
I seen it.
It was good,
Yeah, it
wasn't
was
it?
really good, actually.
Yeah,
I liked it.
thank you.
I almost liked it more than mine, but then I realized it's yours. So anyway, let's get to our ranks.
Okay.
All right, DL. As always, we go from 20 to 1.
Yeah.
20 to 1.
20-1.
Let's start off at 20. DL. My 20th ranked quarterback is one I'm admittedly probably a little low on, to be honest. I don't think
Yeah.
he's washed yet. I got Matt Ryan at 20. He has an ADP, which is an average draft position of 148.
Oh, wow.
So that means what? He's going in about the 12th round, 13th round, just about. What do you think about Matt Ryan?
I have him a little bit higher, to be honest.
Ooh.
I had him at 17.
Oh, okay.
My
spots, yeah.
my actual 20th was Deshaun Watson.
Oh, I don't
Yeah.
even have him ranked.
I know, right? And really, it's just because of all this crap that came out. This is prior. We made these prior
Yeah.
before his news.
Thinking that he might play.
Yeah, thinking that he might play, but I figured since he was out for a year,
Yeah.
we kind of alluded to this last week, that he wasn't going to do so well. The reason why I put Matt Ryan a little bit higher,
Sure.
just because that's all Indiana needed. They just needed a quarterback,
Mhm.
a quarterback that can complete passes, that can drop dimes. Did you there's some videos coming
I've
out
seen.
where he was just dropping.
He's still
dimes.
accurate. He doesn't have the arm strength he once had or the pocket mobility that he once had.
Yeah.
Not to say he had a ton, but he was a little more mobile. Now he's kind of a statue back there, but the accuracy has not left.
And he's got a better line.
It's true.
Right? He doesn't have that trash Atlanta. I don't know who the hell would
The last
love
few
Atlanta.
years have been bad. man.
They just suck. You know, half of Atlanta's players are ex-Bears.
Yeah.
It's
well, you know
crazy.
why, right?
Yeah,
He
I
was
do.
over there.
But I think it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Anyways, so moving forward, also you have one of the top running backs in your backfield as well too.
Jonathan Taylor as a running back.
It's not all going to be like in Atlanta. I felt like it was all on him to like, all right, you're going to be throwing like half the game.
Yeah, he's got
Right.
legit weapons. I can't wait for our wide receiver ranks next week when we talk about Michael Pittman. I think people are
Yeah.
going to be honestly, there might be some like I don't know. It might be bad if people find out where I have him ranked because people are going to think I'm crazy and they might show up with torches and pickets or something. I don't know,
That,
it's gonna be
folks,
bad.
is what we call a teaser.
Yeah, it is in the
Okay.
industry.
So yeah, that's why I
That's
put
your
him up
good-
a little
okay.
bit higher. We do actually have an Atlanta fan. Wombat 1. What do you think? Who do you think got it right, or did we get it wrong completely?
Yeah.
As far as
Ranks.
ranks,
Do you have him ranked higher? Would you say you have him right about at 20 or at 17, right in that range? What do you think?
Yeah, I would put him around 20 to 17.
Okay.
Okay.
Pittman's pretty much the only weapon he has as far as wide receiver.
Mhm.
Nobody really at tight end, and Jonathan Taylor is not a spectacular
Pass catcher.
pass catcher. So
But are you excited to have an actual legit quarterback?
in Indianapolis, I'm excited for Matt Ryan. I'm going to cheer for him this year. I actually maybe have put a little money on them to go to the Super Bowl and win. Just because I'd love to see Matt Ryan get the ring. But yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
20,
All right.
17 to 20, absolutely.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. I mean, no one knows him like you do, so we're just curious.
Yeah.
We're just curious. All right, we jump over to our 19th
whoa,
rank.
whoa. The
Oh, wait,
other
wait.
Wombat
Oh,
one was
Wombat
trying
has
to
one?
make
Oh,
too.
sorry,
If you
Wombat.
don't want me to,
No,
I
I'm
mean,
sorry.
yeah,
I couldn't see it
I
back
mean,
there.
I like
Jesus.
the fact Trevor Lawrence is in the top 20 here. I'm a little skeptical on Tua, but everybody knows I hate Tua at this point, so why bother fighting it, I guess.
We'll get
I would
there.
have put Deshaun Watson on this list just because he's missing so much of the season at this point. I don't feel like he really validates any kind of consideration to be on this list. I mean, I get it. At the end of the year, he could really be a guy that could help you a lot, maybe, but I just don't see it. You're missing a lot of time with your first team. I don't get that. I'd actually probably put Matt Ryan a little bit higher.
Ooh.
I think you're underestimating. They got Alec Pierce, who's a really good player coming out of Cincinnati. He
True.
could be that complimentary number 2. I like Mo Ali Cox as a tight end for him. He's athletic. He's good for the red zone.
He had a decent. We kind of for a waiver wire.
He's kind of started, and let's not forget they have Naeem Himes, who comes
do.
out of the backfield as the receiver, and he can line up as a guy in the slot too. So I like Indiana's chances. I think I agree with David. I'd throw some money on them to win the Super Bowl potentially as a dark horse at this point. But everybody else on this list, I might bump Rodgers up just because we know he can do some magic. But if you're already saying this about your young wide receivers, there might be more problems than we're given.
Yeah.
Than we're actually talking about.
And honestly, like I just want to specify our 20 through like 20, like the lower ranking quarterbacks that we have here would really be more of a backup. Like I
Yeah,
want
these guys are backups. I don't think you go into a draft, a 12-man or 10-man with any of these guys.
Yeah, you're not
as
going
your
to
guy.
focus like, oh, I better get Matt Ryan.
I mean, unless you're really high on them, but we're not. We're not.
we're not.
Yeah, we're
okay,
not.
I'm sorry. We
No worries. Let's go through 19 to through 16. All right, I got 19. I got Ryan Tannehill. Just solid. Honestly, he's just solid. He finished at 10 2 years ago, so it's there. It's possible.
Mm-hmm.
He's lost some weapons. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen with him, but he's just okay.
Yeah.
I got Tua Tagovailoa at 18 and Trevor Lawrence at 17. And then at 16, I have Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I mean, I think we agree with Tua. We're not. I mean, even though he got like a lot of weapons in the offseason, the dude just can't throw that far.
Yeah, he
Like,
can't.
it's documented.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So I think Tariq is going to be very frustrated in Miami. I kind of agree with. I have Aaron Rodgers obviously a little bit higher, just because pretty much what the Wombat said. It is Aaron Rodgers.
It is
he
Aaron
does
Rodgers.
make no names all of a sudden like
Yep.
the guy.
Yep.
But I don't know. I may actually drop him down lower because all
Now
the
you're
stuff,
thinking about it, right?
Yeah, because all the stuff coming out of camp, he already looks pissed off, and he hasn't even played an actual real game.
Yeah.
So
I mean, a pissed off Aaron Rodgers is a great MVP candidate type. Aaron Rodgers.
Exactly.
So we'll see. I mean, maybe you got him ranked where he should be.
I just hope the Bears beat his ass.
We'll see. All right, let's get down to the 15 through 10.
Okay.
At 15, DL, I have the one and only Justin Fields.
Ooh,
I'm really excited for Fields as a Bears fan. Now, he has less weapons this year, but I think the line is going to be better. I legitimately feel like they have actual coaches that know what they're doing with the offensive line and know how to coach and can run an offense.
And you have hungry players.
And hungry players. And I
Yep.
feel like because of that, Justin will take a big step this year. A very big step.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's literally on the list.
Hey.
I think this is Justin's basically coming out party, if
Okay.
you will. I think he's gonna. They're actually making an offense around him versus this is my offense. Learn it. They're like, all right, what can you do, Justin? What are you good at? What do you struggle with? Let's make it about that, right? So I'm even watching the preseason games, which I normally don't, but it's just because I'm that excited about a new offense that's coming in. We got last week. I think there was 6 Bears rookies that all balled out and actually had a great game.
They all had their fingerprints on the game.
Yep. And not only that, they're all 5th round picks.
Yeah.
They're not even the top tier guys that, like your George Pickens or what have you.
Don't even mention his name.
I know.
Not
It
even talk
hurts.
about him.
It hurts so much.
But I will say, I feel like Ryan Poles has some cachet now. I feel like he has some, I don't know, he's fine with me. I'm okay with what he's done to this point. Even to the point where he's calling Roquan's bluff too. So I really like his drafting thus far because I'm seeing the impact thus far.
Yeah.
Whether it's Braxton Jones or Ebner, the running back, or anybody, even some of the rookies that he's gotten to come in on some tryouts who are playing with the team, like Jack Sanborn. Some of these guys, they're starting to pop, and I'm like, okay, I see what you're doing.
Speaking of which, he got the highest ranking for rookies defense overall the teams.
Oh, really?
And here's just some free agent walk on. He wasn't even drafted. So it's crazy.
Well, there you go. All right. At 14, I have Kirk Cousins. Not much to say there. He's just meh. So if you want a guy who's not going to really lose you any weeks and not really win you any weeks, just be okay, you can take Kirk Cousins.
But wasn't it last year you said this? He had the most, or he was a top 10 QB?
Yep. For a few weeks, yes, he was.
Oh, for a few weeks.
Yeah, but he was on the waiver wire. So when we did our waiver wire shows, I was telling people, hey, he's just sitting there, pick him up. Because he's outperforming some of your starters.
He's definitely set it and forget it. He's gonna get you something.
And he's on a good team. Let's be real. The Vikings are a solid team. I like that offense, man. Whether it's Dalvin Cook, whether it's Justin Jefferson.
Thielen
There's reports about Adam Thielen
and looking good,
looking like Adam Thielen of
2016.
Years ago. Yeah.
Yep.
So we'll talk
there.
about that in our wide receiver show. We'll talk about it. I can't wait.
That's gonna be a long show.
It's gonna be a really long show. Buckle up. Make a meal for that one. It's gonna be great. At 13, I got a name that I think me and you both agree on for the most part. Trey Lance.
Yeah.
Really, I have him ranked kind of high because of his legs, and he's on a fantastically coached team. That's really it. They're gonna win a ton of games. And I think they'll use Trey Lance. I actually think I don't know how it's going to impact Debo. A lot of people have been asking, where are we ranking Debo, considering, he finished as, the top. But it's going to be interesting to see. I think it's going to be good for George Kittle. It really will. And Trey is going to be, I think it's going to be a lot of, short to intermediate passes, nothing really deep. Because he's got a wild arm, honestly. It's just really strong arm and not the most accurate arm. But with what he can do with his legs and the way they're going to scheme him to run in certain plays, I really feel confident with Trey Lance this year. If I went into a draft and came out with just Trey Lance as my starter, I'd be pretty happy, actually. I really would.
Well, are you target? So what round would you target him?
Great question. So the ADP right now I have for Trey Lance is 100. So that basically means he's going the 9th or 10th round, just about. Yeah, I usually think about it as in 12-team leagues, so I just take the 2 off. So yeah, 9th or 10th round, and I'd be okay with that. I really would.
Yeah, I mean it's deep enough, but once again, you which we'll get to in our other rankings with running backs and wide receivers. The early rounds, I'm always shocked when somebody takes a quarterback in the 3rd round.
Yeah, me too.
I'm just why?
When you could have great players, you can get a Breece Hall, or you can get a Mike Williams, you can get guys like that, or maybe a guy like DJ Moore fell to the early 3rd, or there's a ton of guys, ton of talent out there that you could draft. Maybe a T Higgins drops, certain guys that you can take that I'd rather have their production at the wide receiver position than have
Than
the
the
quarterback.
name. Yep.
Because really the differentiation between, let's say, the 10th quarterback and the 5th, no, let's go the 12th quarterback and the 8th quarterback is like 20 or 30 total points by year's end. It's not a whole lot of points. So.
Yeah. So why waste the pick there?
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
All right, cool. Yeah, I actually had Trey Lance a little bit higher.
Okay. A spot higher.
Just a spot higher. I agree. I'm excited to see him actually, play.
Yeah.
And it's Shanahan's offense. Like, the guy is just ridiculously smart.
Yeah.
He's got like a different vibe to him, but I really like, and he really works the running game, which
Let me ask you a question. Do you think he's more talented than Justin Fields? Now remember, Trey Lance got drafted before Justin Fields.
He did.
So all these like second-year sophomore quarterbacks are linked, inextricably linked
True.
together. And I always just watch them, and I watch them with the really watchful eye because these are guys that got taken before Justin, and I'm just curious to see how they perform.
I haven't really seen Trey Lance at the NFL level.
Okay.
Right? I can't. I'm a homer.
Yeah.
Sorry. Justin Fields all the way. That's
yeah,
my quarterback.
that's fair. That's fair.
Sorry.
That's fair. It's gonna be cool to see.
Yeah.
All right. The 12th quarterback is a guy that I'm gunning for in all my leagues. Somebody that honestly I want really, really bad. His name, Derek Carr. Deal, what are your thoughts before I share mine?
I mean, I'm kind of curious, like, why you're targeting him. I'm guessing because of Devontae Adams and the
Yeah.
receiving core,
Yeah.
and he has a good tight end.
Mm-hmm.
He does have something to prove, kind of has a chip on his shoulders.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I could.
I think it's the best receiver he's ever had to throw to.
And he played with him in college.
And he played with him in college.
Yep.
And I don't know if Devontae is going to have as good of a year as he had last year. I don't know if Oakland is going to just share as much of the offense through Devontae. Well, it'll be, remains to be seen. We'll see.
Yeah.
But from a quarterback standpoint, I fully expect Derek Carr to be slinging it. I really, really do.
Oh, yeah, he's got a ridiculous amount of weapons now.
Mm-hmm.
A ridiculous, and they were starting to get into the groove before, shit hit the fan.
Yeah.
Right before Gruden got Gruden, and half their team got arrested in Las Vegas. So, I think this is a new year, new wide receiver, new Derek Carr. I can see why you're targeting him.
He's
And
got
honestly, like that name, a lot of people are going to pass on because they're probably going to be focused on and you'll see in our upper rankings why. But that's actually a good idea. Let's go with Derek Carr.
It's just a guy that I want that I think will be there late in drafts. He has an average draft position of 106. So he's going in the 10th, like 9th, 10th, 11th, somewhere in that range. And if you don't have a quarterback yet, I think he's the perfect guy to draft and kind of throw in your spot and be like, okay, I'm fine. I'm good.
So
there.
he's a QB1. He's not your backup. He's your guy.
Listen to me. There will be a lot of leagues where I will have him as my guy. And I may crash and burn, but I am that dead set on Derek Carr. I think he has a big year this year. I really, really do. That's what I think. All right, my next ranked guy that I have is Matt Stafford, who you have ranked a little later. What are your thoughts on Matt Stafford?
I got a little bit nervous about the elbow.
Yeah, me too.
And like honestly, I don't know. Maybe I'm just like a weird, fan, if you will. But usually after a team wins a Super Bowl, they still have that the Super Bowl hangover where they're just not as sharp or as good as they were the previous year because they've won it, right? That hunger kind of dies down a little. I'm not saying that they're just gonna loaf and not try and not ball out, but he kind of hurt his elbow a little bit. He says it's fine, but it's just that got me kind of worried. With the receiving cores, I mean, Beckham's kind of in the air. However, James Robinson's there, so I feel like they got elevated there with Cooper Kupp. So that's why I'm going to put him just a little bit at 13.
Okay.
Just a little bit lower just because I really think it's hard to win back-to-back Super Bowls or it's hard to be competitive 2 years in a row. It really is.
Yep. So I got a little strategy here for you, the viewer, the phony homie at home, and maybe you like this, DL. How do you feel about pairing a guy like Matt Stafford or Derek Carr, someone that you take in the 10th round, and then 2 rounds later you draft a Justin Fields, a Trevor Lawrence, or maybe Trey Lance falls late, something like that. You pair them to, and then if one of the young bucks, the sophomores, pop this year, you run with the hot hand.
And
Otherwise, you
throw
QB. Otherwise you throw your conservative guy who will get you your 18 to 20 points, and then the young guns will give you, those weeks where they go for 25, 28.
I do like that because I'm kind of on the same page as you as far as like quarterbacks are concerned. Like you need a decent quarterback, but you don't need like the end all be all number one guy.
Yep.
Because you have so many other positions to fill. Those number one guys are going to go early, and you're just wasting a draft pick on a name, not, a name and talent, yes, but, I would say what quarterbacks actually on average, they're like 30, 20 points, like right in there.
Yeah, somewhere between, I would say 18 to 28 on average.
Average. I mean, you're going to have one of those weeks where the guy goes off 50 and blah, blah, blah.
And you'll win because of it, but
yeah, exactly.
it's few and far between.
But I like that idea of, okay, let's get a vet and then like a young guy and see what happens, especially during the bye. You never know.
Nice.
The Bears could be playing, I don't know, the Lions or maybe the Packers because they're going to be a shit team.
Here's what I'll say about Matt Stafford. He's just a tough SOB, regardless of this elbow or not. If the guy had one leg and one arm, he'd still find a way to go on the field. He's like that. That's one of those guys.
He's a slinger. He's a gunslinger for sure.
And, it's just a guy I have confidence in. So I like Matt Stafford. I know I have Matt Stafford ranked higher than Derek Carr by a spot, but I'd rather have Derek Carr. I'm telling you, I'm going for Derek Carr this year. So that's just me personally.
You writing that down, Wombats?
Yep.
Because we'll be drafting soon.
Yep.
He's telling us their secrets.
I mean, everyone knows our secrets. We let them go here. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah. All right, we go to our top 10.
Dun, dun, dun.
You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, DL.
'Kay.
At 10,
Yes.
I have my boy and Andrew's boy, Joe Burrow.
Burrow. Yay!
Now, he has an ADP of 58. So that means he's going in the 5th round.
Mm-hmm.
So in some leagues, he's going in the 4th. I don't know how I feel about that, to be honest. I don't know if I like that early. But he's great, man. He's in a great position. His offensive line's improved. He's throwing to Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, and it's just a great team.
And he's got basically he's trying to get his revenge, right? Because they made it all the way.
They did. I think they're going to give him a longer leash this year. I think the leash is off. Let's be real. Last year there was a little bit of a leash. He got hot late,
but his
and
knee
carried some teams. Huh?
His knee's kind of messed up. There's
He
no
has
timetable.
which doesn't let him run as much as he could. I think people don't realize, the kid has wheels. It really does.
Oh yeah, he
I
can
think
move.
Dude, I love Joe Burrow. He's the swaggiest QB in my eyes. I think he's awesome.
Ice cold.
Dude,
Matty
he
Ice.
is awesome. But Joe Burrow at 10, just a guy that I love, and I wish, he wasn't, Dude, by the time we go to draft season, he's at ADP at 58, but I guarantee you he's going to be
climb.
in the high 40s.
Because they're going to remember Wombat. Yes.
I honestly think you got him a little bit low there, man. I'd put him above Kyler Murray at this point at 6.
You would switch Kyler Murray and Joe Burrow?
I would probably move Kyler Murray maybe down at least to like 8. I mean, not to jump on your list, but I would probably put Joe Burrow, I think, at 6.
Okay.
Because considering the weapons and the fact they upgraded and they didn't really get any worse, I think they're going to have a really good season. And I think he's going to have a stellar year.
How's that line looking, though?
Line's looking pretty good. If you look at Lael Collins and the add-on of Karras and all those guys, they're playing pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, my biggest concern about Joe Burrow is really there's no timetable of when he's coming back. Like, they're just not saying whatever, which gets me a little bit nervous, right? Because he's still going to have some rust. Like, even though he's young and he's talented and they made it last year and so on and so forth, he's still get a little rusty, right? So, I don't know.
Hold on, something got lost in the shuffle. Show bet. I say Kyler Murray outscores Joe Burrow fantasy points.
Ooh.
Andrew says Joe Burrow outscores Kyler Murray. Show bet, Andrew?
Yeah, I'll do it.
All right, there it is.
I like it. What are you betting
I'll do
again?
it, yeah.
I don't know. What do you want to bet?
You want to do a sandwich again?
That's fine.
Foot long?
That's fine. Foot long sandwich. That works.
Okay.
Well,
We can
maybe
do
it should
that.
be like a double foot long. Because did you ever
That's
get
fine.
him one?
Whatever. New season, new bets.
Okay, we're gonna
All
let
right.
it go.
Yeah.
No
We're gonna
worries.
forgive your debt.
We do
Yeah.
another one, then I'll go with what is it, the deluxe or whatever they do?
Oh, one of those.
Oh, damn.
Okay. Damn. All right.
With a cookie too? If I get a cookie, I'll be happy. At number 9, I have Tom Brady with an average ADP of 88. So people are drafting him in the 8th round for the most part. A guy he's just Tom Brady, man. Consistent, solid, and he's got weapons, galore. So I'm a Tom Brady guy.
So yeah, I mean, for me, I have him a little bit higher.
Sure.
I have Joe Burrow a little bit higher as well too. My biggest concern about Tom Brady is that he's just not at camp.
Yeah.
Like he's.
Well, I mean, did you see what AB tweeted?
Yeah.
AB was pretty much, in his AB language, pretty much said it's bullshit that Tom
Yeah.
Brady can do whatever he wants.
And he can have mental health days.
yeah,
And,
and I couldn't.
but at the same token, it's Tom Brady. This man has broken every record.
Yeah, he's the
Every
GOAT
time
goat.
he steps on the field,
Yeah.
he's just adding to the lore of what Tom Brady is,
Yeah.
the GOAT. And you know what? If he needs 10, it's Tom Brady. He knows what he's doing. He's not like a Justin Fields or one of these younger quarterbacks. Like I think he can walk into a game and take over and ball out. So
Yeah, I'm with you.
maybe he's crazy. Anyways.
At 8, I have Dak Prescott. You have him at 10. What are your thoughts on him? It's not bad. It's only 2 spots, but what's the discrepancy there? What do
Wide
you think?
receiver.
Okay.
They got
CD?
They got one wide receiver.
That's true.
And that's it. I mean, your boy Schultz is there as
Yep,
well
Dalton,
too.
Yep.
But I mean, defenses are going to catch on to that. So you need at least a wide receiver 2 or 3 or a slot or something. And honestly, like every year, like it's every Dallas fan's like, oh, we're gonna ball out. It's gonna be great, and it just
I hate
doesn't
Dallas so
ever
much.
walk. However, Dak Prescott, I mean, he did pretty well fantasy wise. He got a lot of points. There's just that concern of injury because last year he did okay, but the year before he what did he do? Tear his knee or his
Yeah, he got
Achilles
hurt.
or something.
Yeah.
Anyways, so that's why I have him a little bit lower, just because I don't think he has all the weapons he did last year. So I don't think he's going to have the same production quality.
He has an ADP of your favorite number. Do you know it?
83?
83. No, 69.
So
So people are taking him in
Yeah.
roughly the late 6th, early 7th. And I think that's where,
That's good.
people should start looking at quarterbacks.
Exactly.
Right around there.
Yep.
You've already filled up
Mhm.
your running backs. You've already gotten your wide receivers. You've already gotten a tight end, hopefully.
Maybe even some backups.
Yep. Maybe a backup or 2. And then you go quarterback.
Yeah. And, somebody's going to be an idiot and draft like Kyler Murray in the 2nd round. So there we go.
There you go.
Okay.
All right. The next guy I have, a guy that I love. The reason why I'm wearing this jersey, Russell Wilson. He's got an average draft position of 78. I just think he's in a better situation than he's been in the last few years. He's on a team with a little bit more weapons, a little more firepower, and a team that's going to build around the guy. Like he's Russell Wilson. I just feel like he's going to be rejuvenated playing in Denver, and I see him being
Change
there.
is good, man.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, you've seen a lot of quarterbacks go to a new team and just become better, or relieved. I mean, look at Peyton Manning. He went off. He won a Super Bowl. So I agree with that. I just put him down one lower. It really was just because I was like, he's not really a 9, so I want to put him at 8. So that's really why I did
Yeah,
it.
it's not bad.
Yeah.
He's still a top 10 quarterback in my eyes.
Oh,
and,
yeah, absolutely.
And I've seen everything I need to see. The guy's showing it to me forever. So.
Yeah, and not only that, last year Seattle had they had DK Metcalf, and that was it. And he has, like you said, so many more weapons around him.
None of them are as good as DK. Let's make that clear.
Yeah,
but,
absolutely.
He's
Especially
got
you,
yeah.
Cortland Sutton.
Yeah, exactly.
Son of a
Good
bitch.
old Cortland. He had one great week. We called it and then never did anything again.
Yeah, I had him on my bench that 1 week, and then I kept. Anyways, that was last year. We let it go.
Yep.
Go ahead.
At 6, I have Kyler Murray with an average draft position of 60. So that's what I think. I just think he's that good.
I went with Jalen Hurts.
Ooh, okay.
I went with Jalen
my
Hurts.
boy.
He's obviously the top 10. I wouldn't say he's top 5, but especially this year with the upgrades that they made, the drafts that draft picks that they have, I think Philly's going to have a really good year. I really do.
Okay. I like it.
Okay.
I like Jalen Hurts a little more. We'll find out here in a moment.
Oh.
And now we go to our top 5.
Hold on, the Wombats.
Wombat's got a
breaking
question.
news.
What's going on?
I wanted to give my little defense on
Yeah.
why with Kyler Murray, if I may. If I may
Oh,
plead
go
my
ahead.
Case
Go
on that,
ahead.
if it's all right. I don't hate the guy, but I think there's too much noise in Arizona. I think the DeAndre Hopkins thing, David, you've said it. You think that's going to be a huge effect on how
It
that
is.
goes.
Dave was right last year when Hopkins was out.
Yeah.
He was
So,
absolutely
and you're not
right.
getting him for the first 6 games, right? He's out for the first 6. And we don't know what's going to happen with Marquise Brown. Sounds like he's going to be okay, but dude did get arrested, so who knows if he's going to get suspended or not. That could be another hit. So
And honestly, Hollywood, I mean, he's good. Don't get me wrong, but I just,
and who knows about Cliff Kingsbury? That's the other thing.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
That's true. They have a lot of stuff going on over there for damn sure, and that's
Mm-hmm.
why I feel like it'll be Kyler time.
And, well, I don't know, because usually I've seen this happen too. Once they sign a big contract, it doesn't
kinda-
matter. They
yeah.
kind of chill.
I get it.
Yeah, there's nothing really to. And last year,
That's what scares me about Debo.
last year they went all the way to the playoffs and all this, and then all of a sudden they just crashed and burned. And Kyler he was running scared. He was making bad decisions and things like that. So that's why I get a little bit nervous about him, but also think I have him in my top 5. So
All right, well, let's get to that top 5. Great tease. Let's go to our top 5. At 5, DL, I have Jalen Hurts, who I think is Kyler Murray, but a little better, to be honest with you. Fantasy-wise, all right? Fantasy-wise. There are reports out of training camp that he looks incredibly sharp, and it looks like he has a great grasp of the offense, as opposed to last year, how he was kind of, they gave him like 15 different plays to run off and different variations of them. This year, I think it'll be a little different. I really like Jalen Hurts this year. He has an ADP of 65.
really,
Yeah.
So 6th round.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Like honestly, like it looks like we just flip flopped. That's all we did because I have Kyler Murray at number 5, and we just talked extensively about him, so we can move on.
All right, my number 4 is probably a little different than a lot of lists. A lot of lists have this guy.
I'm curious about this.
Yeah, a lot of lists have him at 1 or 2, and
I do.
that's where they got him. Yeah. I have him at 4.
Why?
I think he doesn't have the same weapons that he once had. Losing Tyreek is a big loss. Losing Hill is huge. The guy had over 150 targets last year. So, and he's the highest paid wide receiver in football. And I just think he's, absolute star. You can't just replace him with Juju or anything like that.
True, but I mean, it's Andy Reid, right?
It is
and
Andy Reid.
Reid can do schemes, and
It's a much improved defense, too, for them.
Yeah, and Patrick Mahomes, literally just had an off year last year, right? Okay. So, I mean, I see your point because they basically traded away their best receiver they had on the team.
Yep.
I'll give him that for sure. I'm not downplaying how great he is. But I feel like Patrick Mahomes is going to bounce back, and I think he always answers the challenge. So
I like that. And I could be wrong. I mean, I'm sure we're always wrong all the time.
Yeah.
But I have him at 4. I just feel like that's where he'll finish.
Yeah, it's not like you have him at 16.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. Yeah, just a few spots. I just think the guys ahead of him will have better fantasy seasons.
Okay.
Which brings us to my next guy. At number 3, I have Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Now, he has an ADP, an average draft position of 51. So he's going in the 5th round. I feel really good about that, to be honest with you, because I think he's a guy that could run, for over 1,000, throw for over 4,000. I feel like it's just, it's going to be Lamar time. He lost Hollywood Brown, and I think he's going to be great. Go ahead.
And did someone fart back there? What are you making a face?
He's the most overrated quarterback in the NFL.
Okay.
Bar none.
Go ahead. Keep going.
Yep, gotta hear it.
Bar none. Who's he going to throw to, first off, other than Mark Andrews?
Rashad Bateman.
True.
Unproven.
I mean, they got Hollywood Brown's out of the picture.
Yeah.
Right? Rashad Bateman came in as a rookie, did decent. I'm not saying he blew the doors off everything.
I just
Who
want to
else?
make sure we can make a point here. He's saying that he's overrated, but the guy won an MVP.
What's he done in the last 2 years?
He won an MVP.
Yeah.
In the last 2 years, he's won an MVP.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
I'll tell you
3
when
years
he
ago.
won it.
3 years
Lamar
ago.
Jackson won the MVP once. Blah, blah, blah.
Splitting hairs, Dave.
No,
Splitting
I'm not.
hairs.
I said, what did he do in the last 2 years?
He won in 21.
He won in 21?
Mm-hmm.
No, he did not.
Yes, he did. We're looking at it
I lied
right
to you.
now.
I lied to you. Jackson was voted MVP in 2019.
Shit.
He became the second player
Exactly.
after Tom Brady in 2010 to be voted unanimously, and the second youngest player to ever do it.
I mean,
Hasn't done anything since, and that's why they haven't given him a contract.
So curious, where would you rank him? No, it's because what he does. Because he's a quarterback that runs, and it's not common to be able to
Run
weigh
like
it
he
out.
runs.
Yeah, and to weigh it out.
He's a
And he
running
gets-
back.
Yeah,
literally.
basically, he's a running back
That can throw.
I mean, he's really a quarterback, though. I think he's got a better arm than people give him credit for. I really do. Really do.
And everybody's entitled to their opinion. I've watched a lot of Lamar Jackson in my existence because my second favorite team is the Pittsburgh Steelers. He is not as good as everybody says he is. He crumbles under good defensive pressure.
I mean, you made the Bengals look silly that 1 year. Go ahead.
Before the Bengals were good.
Go ahead.
Just want to clarify. So if you're wondering who his weapons are outside of Rashad Bateman, we have Devin DuVernay, we have Tylan Wallace, Jalen Moore, Slade Bolden. He's the guy that played at Alabama. He played some tight end or something like that. Shermer Briggs, Relay Webb, and Bailey Gaither.
Jaeger?
So
I hate Jaeger.
they're going to be running the ball a lot. It's obvious.
Yeah,
But
and that's the issue is with all those running backs who blew out their knees last year, back this year, their focus is going to be run first, like always.
Yeah, but you got to think more on fantasy versus like
Real life.
actual
Yeah.
real life.
Because Jalen Hurts is not a top 5 quarterback.
You know,
in real life.
honestly, like he can
and I'm
run,
not-
he can, especially if in your PPR format, like Lamar Jackson is a good guy to grab.
I'm not saying that he's not going to be. I'm just saying I wouldn't put him at 3 or I'd put him at 5. If
Okay, so
wanna
you
be
put him
real.
down 2 ranks. Okay, so but you say he's a top 5 fantasy quarterback.
Absolutely. Yeah, because and I'll say this, not because of his throwing yards, but because he's a dual threat.
Yeah, I mean, damn well he's going to run it in the end zone if they
Yeah.
get that close, for sure. Even if the
But
run,
but see, that's where you're wrong this year.
why?
They have running backs this year.
You don't think he's just going to vulture it
No,
like a Josh Allen,
I don't.
who's a number 1? Okay.
They're going to rely on J.K. Dobbins a lot this year if he can stay healthy. I'm telling you.
Okay. And then when they get to the goal line and they get in shotgun, he's going to just read the defense and either RPO to Dobbins or run it and get the glory and score a touchdown.
That's what I'm saying.
like
He's
he
going to
always does.
vulture that shit.
Yeah.
So let's do a show bet. I don't know. Because I was going to say rushing yards, but I think let me think about it. We'll put it on ice. We'll come back. All right, go ahead.
All right. We go to number 2, and that's a good discussion. I know it's different to call, Lamar better than Pat in fantasy. I just think what he could do with his legs is the differentiating factor. I just really do.
I would say Patrick Mahomes, as you can see on my list, is better than Lamar. And I truly believe that.
Yep.
But go ahead.
All right.
Sorry.
My number 2 guy I have is Justin Herbert. I think he takes another step this year and just becomes
Do you think they're going to go to the Super Bowl? Do you think they're in line for it? Because a lot of people.
I'll give you my Super Bowl prediction next week. I have to really look into it,
Okay.
run a little bit of numbers, look at some different lineups, look at strength of schedule, because a lot of it has to do with who you play.
True.
So,
That is a good
but I
point.
could see the Chargers. I really could. I really could see them. What do you think about Herbert at number 2?
I think it's a little high.
Okay.
I think I'm not for fantasy. Even last year he got really hot and then all of a sudden he got cold, like to the point where people were like benching him. I remember a couple questions like, should I go with Herbert or some random Kirk Cousins? Right? We had that question. I think he's more, a 3. I have him at 3, but I would put him even at a 4. To be
Okay.
perfectly honest.
I'm with you. I think the difference here is negligible between the two.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that big of a
I think
difference.
we're really splitting hairs.
Yeah, I think so too. I think so too. And then we go to our number 1 quarterback, who we unanimously believe. Yeah, Josh Allen.
Yeah.
I just think how many running touchdowns is he going to score this year? And the guy's got arguably the best arm in football.
And he's got a ridiculously chip on his shoulder
He does.
because that playoff game against Kansas City, I felt like they got screwed.
Yep.
I really did. I was like, what? So I think he comes back with a vengeance. He's got weapons galore, but as you alluded to, he doesn't really need them because he's got the legs.
Yep.
So fantasy-wise, this guy, especially for PPR or standard, honestly, both. As you notice, we only did one list. We didn't do PPR and standard. And really, I didn't do it just because it's not that much of a difference, like maybe here and there. But yeah, I think this is, if you can get him. Now, the real question is, when would you draft him? Would
I'm
you
not
go after him?
I'm not drafting him. He's got an ADP of 24, so he's going as
second
early
round,
as the
huh?
second or the third round. I just can't get myself there. I just can't. When there's so much value at other positions,
Yeah,
I
especially
just-
your number 2 pick.
I
Woo.
can't. I just can't. I don't
I
know.
know someone's going to do it.
Oh, people always do it. People always do it.
They're
It's
going to
just,
go with a running back and then him. Yep.
it's just the easy way up.
Yes, Andrew.
I agree with the Josh Allen. Absolutely. I think he's the top quarterback by far. I would just tell people, keep in mind, since they've got new running backs now, he may not score as many rushing touchdowns. But I think he's going to have a big year throwing the ball. So whatever he doesn't make up on the ground, I think he's going to make up in the air.
Oh, absolutely.
So, but I would just say keep an eye out on those running backs to probably take some touchdowns away from him. Because they seem to like where they're heading with Singletary and Cook right now.
Yeah, Cook, that's who it was. I've heard a lot of talk about Cook coming out. And obviously, we're going to go over our running back rankings later on next week. But I'm kind of tempted with Cook. I'm like, oh.
Are you?
Like, I feel like he's like a secret
Yeah,
agent.
there's a few guys. Him, Brian Robinson.
Yeah.
Who's for apparently taking over for Antonio Gibson. Let's not get into our
Oh,
running
okay,
back
okay.
there, right?
We're giving it
we'll
away.
go
We're giving it
over
away.
that in our running back show next week,
Okay.
Tuesday. for those in the know, the phony homies. We'll be going live Tuesday with our running back ranks. DL.
Yeah.
It's been a good show so far. I really like your ranks. Honestly,
you.
I
Yeah.
like your ranks maybe more than mine. I think they were pretty good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This time I really put a lot of effort into it.
Yeah.
I did some research.
Yeah, mine were a little more polarizing, a little more
I think you were going for shock.
maybe.
Maybe a little shock value
I mean,
there.
Lamar at 3 instead of 4 is not a huge deal.
I thought I was pretty gracious at actually putting Karen Rodgers on my list and, put him in the top, 15, 16s right in there?
Yeah.
I didn't even put him at the end, where a lot of people would.
Yeah. Well, it's been a great show, but we
Yeah.
still have a little bit left. We got our
do.
voicemail bag, and we have our sleepers, breakouts, and busts. We'll go over those and a little extra stuff after these short messages.
Whoa. This just in. Breaking news. Deshaun Watson gets a fully guaranteed 5-year, $230 million contract. That's $80 million more than his previous record, fully guaranteed money at signing. The deal has been negotiated. So Deshaun Watson's plans to waive his no trades clause to the Browns.
He's going to the Browns?
Sources tell what? Hold on, this just broke. He's going to Cleveland.
He is going to Cleveland, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my gosh!
This is breaking news, guys. Breaking news. Broke on our show. Deshaun Watson is a Cleveland Brown. That's nuts. JC is probably doing some research right now. So I'll
That
be doing the rest of the show
completely
by myself.
changes the whole spectrum of that AFC
Yeah, dude,
North.
They got Amari. He's got Amari
So
Cooper.
before we even say anything about fantasy, shout out to David Mulugeta, who just got this man paid.
Seriously.
5 years, $230 million.
Mil.
He is the highest paid quarterback in the entire NFL.
Oh, poor Karen. Poor Karen Rodgers. He thought he got the bag, but
$150 million
yeah.
fully guaranteed, no matter what happens.
that's nuts, bro. That is nuts. So the Browns are back in the mix. And where's Baker go? Oh my God.
Houston.
Houston, you think Houston or maybe
He's a Texan. He's a Texas boy. So it would make sense that he'd go back home and play
They
in
love
Texas.
Houston. What the fuck? He wants to send everybody
yeah,
away.
let's
to
just
Houston.
here's our garbage. Go to Houston.
Because
Texas
Davis
suck, bro. They
Davis
always have, always
Mills
will.
Davis Mills is unproven as of yet. Yeah, he had a decent rookie season, but you're bringing in Baker to maybe give him another year of maturity.
I wish I could see your face, but the lower third is hiding it.
It's because I keep things secret, I like to be like a ninja.
Oh, okay. You
DL, it's been a great show.
Yes.
Honestly, really like the ranks. Again, we're not taking QB till pretty damn late.
No.
We're employing different strategies, drafting running backs and wide receivers and tight ends.
Absolutely.
Honestly, it's gonna be crazy. I cannot wait for football season to start. Like for draft season to start. I have a draft this weekend. When's your first draft?
What?
Yeah, I do.
See, okay, so years back, story time. Dun, dun, dun. Years back, I did my draft like early. I think around this week, right? And I got Julian Edelman.
Oh,
And that was the year he got injured in a game. And it
preseason game?
Yeah, preseason
Oh,
game.
dang.
He got injured and he was out for the whole year. And it just blew up my whole. And that day, I vowed. I was in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and I was drinking a Moon Man.
Oh,
by
those are
New
great.
Glarus.
Yep.
My favorite. And I vowed that day never to draft before Labor Day weekend.
Okay. No.
So wow.
Julian Edelman. Huh? Interesting. I wondered what made you draft him. But with that, we go to our voicemail bag questions.
Yeah.
Now, there's no voicemails this week. We should call it the email bag because honestly, most of these questions come through emails.
I don't like email bag.
No, what
I
do
like
you wanna call
mailbag.
it? Mailbag?
Mailbag.
All right, cool. Mailbag.
You know,
Let's
like,
go to
this
our
is an
mailbag.
bag.
Dude, I mean,
Email bag.
all right. So we go to our mailbag. Yup, we got some good questions this week. The first question comes from Taylor at X-Bomb Sports. His
Ooh.
question is, What do you personally what do you personally look forward to? Or forward? Nope.
What do you personally look for when drafting a player?
Oh. You could take that one.
Oh, okay.
Butchered the hell out of that.
Yeah, you pulled a Dustin.
I pulled a Dustin.
That'll
That'll be on a TikTok
okay,
somewhere,
percent.
I'm sure. Speaking of TikTok.
That's definitely a highlight going up.
Oh, please.
Oh yeah, our TikTok. If you guys did not know, it's pretty simple. It's just at Fake Football Guys.
Yeah.
That's it.
Follow us.
Keep it. Follow us. Actually, our TikToks are pretty awesome.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Obviously, in your commercial break, you probably saw it. That's old Andrew.
Yep.
And Andrew does a heck of a job. Still not getting a raise though. Okay. What
Thank you,
do
gentlemen.
I personally look for when drafting a player? What I really looking for is production. All right. Let's be honest. Depending on the actual like position. So this is kind of hard because it changes if you're tight end versus like a running back versus a wide receiver. But at the end of the day, I'm looking for production. And it also depends on where I'm drafting as well too. Like if I'm drafting late, I know that I'm probably going to get the middle of the row kind of picks, depending. If I'm drafting early, I might actually go and aim for the fences and get like a number 1, number 2 wide receiver or running back, to be perfectly honest. So that's, at the end of the day, what I'm looking for is consistent production. Like if he's all over the place, like he had 1 really great week and then 2 really okay weeks, stuff like that, it's probably someone I'm going to wait till the later rounds.
Yeah. So there's certain statistics you can look at for certain players. For wide receivers, you want to look at targets because it'll really tell you how much they're being featured in an offense.
True.
You want to look at like percentages of the offense that's run through them. That's another important thing. For running backs, it's touches, attempts overall. Gone are the days of bell cow running backs. That doesn't really happen anymore.
That's
and
very true.
Generally, a bell cow running back was a running back that got at least 20 or more touches. I believe last year only 6 running backs averaged 20 or more touches. That's a big difference from 2010 when 16 averaged 20 or more touches.
Yeah, and there's more committees.
Yeah.
I think every team is a committee at this point.
The running back just isn't the same.
Maybe not
And remember when they were
Tennessee.
drafted like in the first round? That doesn't really happen anymore. That's really rare.
Yeah.
Now they're going in the second, third, fourth, fifth round.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I did last year. I won.
I'm talking about in real life football.
Oh, in real life?
Yeah.
Yeah. Real life, yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
not
like,
as,
yeah, they're not as valuable because it's just such a crazy position, and it's a
lot of
Here's
injuries.
my thing, man. My strategy often is not to take a running back in the first round and to wait because I think it's such a volatile position. It's a position where players get hurt all the time. It's many car crashes every single time they play. Like really.
Honestly.
And I just feel like wide receivers as a position are more healthy oftentimes. So I'd rather gamble on my first overall pick, my first round pick on a wide receiver. Personally, that's just me. Or maybe a tight end like Travis Kelce, you know. That's kind of
Travis Kelce first pick? Wow.
Yeah, like not first pick overall, but in my first round, like at the 12th pick or
Gotcha.
something. Because a running back just gets hurt all the time. Now that's not to say that I wouldn't want a Derrick Henry or a Christian McCaffrey or Jonathan Taylor. Yes, I would take those guys. But
You would take Christian McCaffrey again?
at 1 overall, I would take Jonathan Taylor 1, and then Christian McCaffrey probably 2 or 3. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Why?
I just feel like when he gets going, I just think he's the most talented
When
running
was the
back.
last time you saw him
in,
play?
like 3 years ago.
Exactly.
But I think
Okay.
he's the most talented running back, and I think that the Panthers are just so bad that
They're going to be running.
he's gonna just be doing everything. He
Sure.
can catch the ball, he can run, pass block, he do a little bit of everything.
He's almost on my list of do not draft.
Really? I mean,
Yeah.
because he's burnt you, so it makes sense.
He burned me bad last
Yeah.
year. Although, there's a reason why I traded for him because he is talented, but I wouldn't go that high on him. Oh, man, we are
Yeah.
giving too much to our next show.
Yeah, it's cool. We can't
Andrew.
wait for a running back and wide receiver show next week on Tuesday and Thursday. That's
Yeah,
when we're
double
shooting.
duty.
Double do. Maybe you do Friday show instead of Thursday. I don't
So
know.
it's
We
like
gotta
a
talk with the
deuce.
boys. We'll see. But it's gonna be a great week next week. DL, we got one more
Hold
question.
on,
What's
Andrew.
going on?
You
Yep.
gotta look at the Wombats, bro.
Sorry, dude.
So I just want to say thank you to Taylor. If you see this, man, thank you for the question. Appreciate it. I just want to make sure that the actual fantasy football guys who know their stuff were able to answer this. I will say that when it comes down to it, I look at scheduling, bye weeks, things like that.
Ooh,
I do a
that's a good
lot
one.
of kind of look into that, and then I also look at the offense too, like what's it designed around? Is it designed around the running game? Is it designed around the passing attack? Who gets more? Like you said, JC, with the targets and stuff like that, I'm looking a lot at that kind of stuff. So that's when it comes to a player, that's the kind of stuff that I'm looking at. It's how's the season going to play out? Who they're playing? When's the bye week? And then how's the offense look at that point? So That's my little strategy on it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it all falls in line as well too. Like I first said with production, right? You're gonna know that. However, you do bring up a really good point with the bye weeks because I'm horrible at that. I don't really pay attention to bye weeks, and it bit me last year. Remember our bye apocalypse?
By apocalypse, dude.
Man, week 7
like 12 teams or
sucked.
something, yeah.
It was hard, but then I
That's-
realized that everyone else like didn't have their guys either. But
That's
yes.
why you can't draft guys on the same team. That's
Yeah.
one of those
Yeah.
things. Like you can, but you get stuck.
you're
so
rolling
hard.
the dice.
Very few.
Exactly. So when you're taking like Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins, oh yeah, it might be nice for now, but come like week 13 and whenever they're both in the bye week, like now you have to try and find 2 guys to replace them.
We have someone in our league that would go Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, doubling up. I don't mind that. I don't mind that in
Depends.
in some instances, but like I wouldn't do like a Jamar Chase in the first round, let's say the 5th pick overall, and on the comeback T Higgins, and then on the 3rd round
Man,
Joe
no.
Burrow. Imagine
Oh.
that. Imagine that. So I've seen crazy things like that.
Have you seen someone really
yeah,
do that? Like
yep.
they draft like half the team?
Well, just those
Oh yeah,
three guys.
there's guys that are total homers that'll just take like the whole half the team of
Oh my
whoever.
God. No, I'm not that bad.
No, okay.
Rudd.
Rudd, yeah, you're right.
Rudd
Rudd's
is.
bad,
We have a guy.
and he's probably watching.
He probably is.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Well, maybe he's one of the 5. But yeah, it's fun because he traded. I traded Justin Fields for T Higgins from him. It was
Ooh,
great.
Okay, not bad.
Anyways,
That's not bad. All right, our last question comes from my friend Luke.
wow, it used to be a really good band. Back
Yeah,
in the
that's
day.
not. I think it's your friend. That's not my friend. But my friend Luke says, "What are your guys' rankings for running backs?"
Okay, so first we're gonna do it next week.
Yeah, Tuesday. We'll let you know.
So we're not telling you.
Luke, tune in next week.
You
Tuesday.
gotta look, and we'll answer your question in
Yeah.
detail, like super detail.
Yeah, I can't wait. Honestly, the running backs is one of my favorite positions. It's another polarizing position where it's just.
It is fun,
Yeah.
and it's a good. We can debate more too.
Oh, we're gonna have a lot
Yeah.
of debate next week.
See, we did save. There's a reason. There's a method to our madness.
Yeah.
Why we went with tight ends first and QBs is because
I mean, the QB is
we
the
agree a
QB.
lot.
You know, the QB is the QB. The tight end's the tight end.
yeah,
That's not
and
gonna
you
really
know
change.
who the guys are, but running backs,
Dude, there's been a lot of change. Yeah, man. There are number one running back guys, like guys who are like the number 1 on their depth chart that are getting supplanted by some of these young rookies.
Yeah,
Second year guys.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get into
Yeah,
that.
we'll get into it. Now, DL, before we go, I did want to share our sleepers, breakouts, and busts for the QB position.
Okay.
I do want to share those. I'll start with my QB
Yeah, go
sleeper,
ahead. Who's your sleeper, dude?
Trevor Lawrence. I think he has a
Huh.
shot at finishing in the top 10 at quarterback.
Top 10.
Yeah, and it's a guy you could draft outside of the 10th round. So, just a guy to throw out there.
I can see because he got. I mean, the Jaguars pretty much bought a whole new
A
team.
whole new team.
Just what?
A whole new team.
Don't you dare close your.
A whole new team. I was going for like Aladdin there, whole new world, a
I
whole
got
new
you.
team. All right,
That's
well,
why
you
I
should have
said
let me
don't-
sing. I was going to go into it right there.
Don't you dare
I was-
close your eyes.
dude-
I was doing like the back part.
Oh,
you know,
dude, I'm
like
sorry.
the don't
I've
you
been called the
dare.
songbird of our generation.
Who? Your mama?
No, well, I was told that I was a combination of Fergie and Jesus. So, I'm just saying.
Did we just become best friends?
I think we did. You like guacamole?
I
Hey,
do.
who is your sleeper, DL?
My sleeper is actually Kirk Cousins.
Ooh, a guy that you
Yeah.
hate.
Yeah, I really did. I hated him last year. However,
This year's different.
it's different. He's consistent. He's got a lot of weapons. There's a new head coach. There's just new coaches.
Yeah.
So I feel like you're gonna see a change in Minnesota,
Okay.
and
I like
a
it.
lot of the rookies are now sophomores. So I feel like you're gonna see a different Minnesota team
Okay.
for sure.
We go to our breakouts. My breakout is the one and only Derek Carr. Talked about him enough.
Yeah.
I just think he has an outside shot at finishing in the top 6.
You want to know who my breakout is?
Let's hear it.
It's got to be a shocker. Hang on, guys. Justin Fields.
Ooh.
I know it's a reach. I know. Why would I choose
homerish,
him?
but it's okay.
Why would I choose him?
Yeah.
But the reason why I choose him is because, yes, I am a homer and I am a Chicago Bears fan. I really honestly believe in my heart that he's going to have a more productive year. Do I think the Bears are going to magically make the playoffs and have a historic run? No. But I feel like Justin Fields is going to be the guy that we drafted in the first round, and now he's going to pretty much back up what the naysayers say. Actually, Dave called me a homer after we drafted him because I was wearing the jersey.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. We go to our bust. My bust is Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I just don't think he's going to be a top 10
Loser.
quarterback this year.
He's a loser.
He can still be between 11 and 15 somewhere, which doesn't really qualify as a bust to me, but just somebody I'm not drafting this year. I'm just not convinced in his receiving core.
Yeah,
Just really not.
and once again, you got all the coaches outright. Like the Bears have
Mm-hmm.
the offensive coordinator that used to be in Green Bay, so I feel like I agree.
Yeah.
I think he sucks.
Who's your bust?
It's with a heavy heart I say this, but
Ooh.
Mitch Trubisky.
Ooh. That one hurts.
Yeah, I was rooting for him. I thought he was going to turn the corner. Hold on, Dave, before you get all excited and start yelling at me. I thought he was going to turn the corner. I was really excited when he got to Pittsburgh, but honestly, things coming out of camp is he's not doing well. Not well at all. However, he is hooking up with George Pickens a lot. So
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think I think he's a backup quarterback. I really do. All right, Dave, let me have it.
I don't disagree. I do believe. I don't think it'll be this year though. I think Mitch is going to have a decent year. I don't know if I would necessarily call him a bust because nobody really believes that he's going to do good. But he has extremely talented wide receivers, tight end, and running backs who can catch the ball. So it's very hard for me to see him having a horrible year. And if he has a horrible year, he's going to be on the bench very quickly.
Yeah, I think Tomlin is going to pull the hook on him. He's going to be a short leash.
Yeah, he'll have a short leash. I agree there.
Especially after the absolute just ovation that Pickett got that first
of course.
game. It was ridiculous.
Of course.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I think you're wrong on that because I don't think he's gonna be anything. I think Kenny Pickett's gonna be the star, and I was actually gonna say I was a little surprised you guys didn't put Kenny Pickett like on your top 20 list. He's got a good receiving core, and it's the offensive line obviously you got to worry about, but he's gonna I think have an opportunity to get in there and play well. I don't think Mitch is gonna make the. I don't think what Jay Glazer or what any of the media is saying that he's for sure the starting quarterback. If that's the case, the Steelers are making a mistake. I think Kenny Pickett's going to get a lot of good looks.
The reason why I didn't put him on the list is because he's a rookie QB, right? And there's still a hubbub going on whether or not who the starting quarterback is going to be. I just don't really trust rookie quarterbacks. I won't draft them because I want to see what they can do and prove it. Because the last thing, if you're going to go with a rookie, you'd want to go with like maybe a running back, maybe a wide receiver, but I would play him in a flex spot. I wouldn't even, actually put him in. And it would depend on who they're playing. Just because the NFL is a pretty big step from college. I know there's like hubbub coming out that like, oh, it's not as fast as they say and this and that. But I've seen it too many times where people say that like a Mitch Trubisky and then get just demolished. So
Yeah, we're really pulling for him, though. Hopefully he doesn't bust. I think he got a terrible deal here, so hopefully.
I mean, I don't think I don't know why they drafted a number 2, but that's another show and another story.
I mean, you always got to get a quarterback in the system, and if worse comes to worse and Kenny Pickett isn't the guy, they'll draft another one next year. But
Yeah.
at least they'll have the opportunity to find out.
Trubisky's definitely a bridge.
Yeah.
Bridge quarterback for
Yeah.
sure.
Well,
He's going to draft, so nobody's going to draft Desmond Ritter? Is that what you're telling me?
let's not talk about
Nobody
Desmond
believes in
Ridder.
him? Am I the only one that'll draft him? Okay.
Not ready yet. Probably 2 years away.
Yeah. I can't wait for our draft.
He's never years away. He is never going to start for that team ever.
Never years away.
Ever.
I can't wait until like next year when Dave's like, who's a really good
Yeah,
quarterback?
Desmond Ridder. I've always said it. I've been
always
saying
said
it.
it. I don't know
forever.
why.
No, I'll come on. If he proves me wrong, I will come on here and say I was wrong. I will.
Ooh.
Okay.
I will.
We should do
I-
a segment. I was
Okay.
wrong.
Andrew, do I not own up to when I say stupid stuff and it turns out to be wrong?
You do.
You do.
But
Yeah.
I'm not wrong here. Everybody was raving about that touchdown that he threw. If he's playing against the first team defense on any team, and I mean any team, it's pick 6.
Honestly, like I can't wait to do that segment. We actually do have the I was wrong
let's do it.
segment, and you know what? I think Dave, you can come up here at this
just say
table
I was wrong, yeah.
by yourself. Maybe we'll dim the lights and all that too.
Yeah.
We'll make a special show
I like it.
for Dave.
Just Dave, the Dave I was wrong TikToks.
and then we'll put together like a complimation
Compilation.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Of every time David says something crazy and was wrong. And
Desmond Ritter will be
Dave
the
special.
backup quarterback for Will Levis next year.
Oh wow.
Ooh.
All right. Well, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe. All right. Well, that's it for today's show.
Yeah, that was a good one.
DL, it's
Yes.
been a great show.
Of course.
For the phony homies at home, they should remember to shoot their questions to us about quarterbacks, about tight ends, about running backs, about wide receivers,
Just fantasy in
anything.
general.
Love questions. You can send them our way too. I'll probably send some questions over to us.
Oh, okay.
But anyway,
Weird.
if they do have those questions and they want to send them to us on Twitter,
Yes.
where can they send those questions on Twitter?
At tweet FFG.
And then what's the hashtag to get it trending so that we can answer it?
Ask us FFG.
Nice.
I know, I almost
I
said
know,
.com.
I
I
know,
almost
I
said
know.
.com.
Hey, it's close, it's cool.
And also, real quick, with the Ask Us FFG, when we announce that we're going live on the show, feel free to hashtag us if you have questions before we start.
We'll answer them live on the show.
Yeah.
We really will. We
We
watch
will.
it. We monitor it. So
because we
only have
time.
2 viewers. Still, it's just us 2 and maybe a bot in
It's
Russia.
okay.
So
it's okay.
It is what it is. But if you don't have Twitter and you'd rather send us an email or talk to us through that, DL, where can they send emails?
Ask us ffg@gmail.com.
And if they want to call me and talk to me on the phone or leave a voicemail, DL, what is that phone number?
Area code 708-655-4508.
That's it for today's episode. Thanks to Andrew. Thanks to David. Thanks to Dustin.
Yeah.
Thanks to you, the viewer, for tuning in as always. On behalf of the boys and myself, we'll catch you guys next week on another fantastic episode of the Fake Football Guys Show.
Peace out.